Lila is a student. She is 21 years old. She lives in a small town with her family. Her house is small, but it is warm and clean. Every morning, she wakes up at 6 o'clock. She eats breakfast with her parents. Then she goes to the library. She studies there every day. Lila wants to learn English. She wants to speak with people from other countries. She also wants to watch English movies and understand them. She has a dream. She wants to travel to other places one day. She thinks English can help her. At the library there are many books. Lila reads simple English books. She writes new words in her notebook. She says the words aloud. She listens to how the words sound. Sometimes she watches English videos on her phone. She listens to slow English songs and sings with them. She enjoys it. Lila has an English teacher named Mr. Peter. He is kind and helpful. He says, "Do not worry if you make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. That is how we learn." Lila remembers this. She wants to do her best. In the afternoon, Lila meets her friend David. They practice English together. They ask each other, "What is your name? Where do you live? What do you like?" They talk slowly. They help each other. They learn new words together. Lila also writes short sentences every day. She writes about her day. She writes, "Today I go to the market. I see apples. I buy 2 apples. I eat 1 apple. It is sweet." She shows her sentences to Mr. Peter. He helps her correct the mistakes. She says, "Thank you. I will try again." One day, Lila sees a cafe near her house. She thinks, "I want to order in English. I want to try." She walks into the cafe. She sees the menu. There are many things: coffee, tea, cake, soup, and juice. Lila feels a little nervous, but she wants to speak. She walks to the counter. She says to the waiter, "I want a coffee and a cake." She speaks slowly and clearly. The waiter smiles. He gives her a coffee, but he brings her a bowl of soup. Lila looks at the soup. She did not ask for soup. She feels confused. She thinks, "Did I say soup? Or did he not hear me?" She feels shy. She takes the soup and sits down. Lila drinks her coffee. She does not eat the soup. She opens her notebook. She writes, "I wanted cake, but I got soup. Did I say the wrong word? I must check again." She thinks about what she said. She says quietly, "I said cake, not soup. Maybe he did not understand me. That is okay. I can try again." Even with the mistake, Lila feels proud. She spoke English. She tried. She did not stop. She writes one more sentence in her notebook. "Mistakes are okay. I can learn. I will try again tomorrow." Lila walks home. She feels a little sad. She thinks about her mistake. She says to herself, "Why did I say soup? I made a mistake. I feel bad now." When she gets home, she puts her bag on the chair and sits on her bed. She looks at the ceiling. There is no sound. It is quiet. She thinks about the cafe. She hears the word soup in her mind again and again. It does not feel good. She takes out her notebook. She looks at the words she wrote before. There is the word cake. She says it slowly. Cake, not soup. She shakes her head. Did I say it wrong? Was I not clear? She writes again. I want to speak better. I will learn more. Then she calls her friend David. David is also learning English. He answers the phone. Leela says, David, can I tell you something? I made a mistake today. David says, of course. What happened? Leela tells him everything. She talks about the cafe. She talks about the soup. She says, I feel bad. I think I said the wrong word. David listens. He does not laugh. He says, that is okay. Do you know what I did? One time I wanted to say kitchen, but I said chicken. The teacher laughed. I laughed too. Lila starts to smile. She says, really? That is funny. David says, yes, but I did not stop. I said it again and again, and now I say kitchen very well. Lila laughs more. She feels better. David says, do not worry, Leela. You are learning. We all make mistakes. Mistakes help us grow. They show us what we need to practice. Lila says, yes, I think you're right. I can learn from this. Then David says, let's practice together more. Let's talk every day in English. We can help each other. Leela says, that is a good idea. I want to speak better. Let's do it. Leela closes her notebook. She feels calm. She says to herself, I can do this. I made a mistake, but I can learn. I will not stop. She looks out the window. The sky is blue. There are some birds. She smiles. She knows there will be more mistakes, but now she is not afraid. She is ready to learn. The next day, Lila wakes up early. She feels strong and ready. She thinks, today is a new day. I will try again. She eats breakfast. She practices English words before she leaves home. She looks in the mirror and says, I can do this. She walks to the cafe again. The sun is bright. The air is fresh. When she opens the cafe door, she sees the same waiter. He looks at her and smiles. Lila smiles back. She walks to the counter. She says slowly and clearly, I want a coffee and a cake, please. The waiter nods and says, 1 coffee and 1 cake. Leela feels good. She did it right this time. She finds a table and sits down. She looks around. There are other people in the cafe. Some are talking. Some are reading. Some are drinking tea. Leela opens her notebook. She writes, today I spoke well. I feel happy. I feel proud. When the waiter brings her coffee and cake, Leela says, thank you. He says, you speak English very well. Lila smiles. She says, thank you. I am learning every day. The waiter nods and says, keep going. You are doing great. Leela drinks her coffee. She eats her cake. She feels calm and happy. She looks out the window. She thinks, there will be more days like this. There will be more mistakes. But that is okay. I can learn. Later, Leela meets David at the library. She says, I spoke very well today. I said the right words. David says, that is great. I am proud of you. Leela says, I feel proud too. I was not afraid. I can speak with more people now. David says, do you want to practice now? Leela says, yes. Let's talk about our day. They sit and speak in English. They use new words. They help each other. They laugh and learn. Before Leela goes home, she writes one more thing in her notebook. She writes, I am not perfect. I make mistakes, but I try. And every time I try, I grow. Lila feels strong. She feels brave. She knows she can learn. She knows she will speak better with time. She walks home with a big smile. She is ready for tomorrow.